and welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and last time here on Palegney we were doing a load of weeding contracts. We got the 6R back to the farm, and I might actually send this off doing a load more weeding contracts. Let's have a quick look and see if there's anything available. Oh, we do have a couple of weeding contracts available. Do we have any hoeing? No, we don't. Right, so what we can do is if we pick up this one here and we collect on that, I think what we want to do is pick up these two and send this off doing that. That way we make the maximum we can off this tractor. And really useful, actually, if you've got a completed contract with a tractor on it or a piece of equipment on it, you can get it to do more stuff. So we will accept this contract. And we will accept the other weeding contract we've got here. So accept that too. Right, and we want to send it off to field 14 to do that one. So let's see if we can get this. I think I might have enough space to turn around here. So we'll select this tractor. We will create a job. We will set the target position. Oh, no, that's not. Let's go field work. Target position is here, and start the job. And I think that is looking like, yeah, it's going to head off and do that. It might try and go through our shed, or it might get stuck on the wall. I was worried that that might happen. Right, let's stop this then. I'll get it set again. We'll send it out. And then it will get on that job, and we can get on with doing the work on our own farm. And the job that we actually need to get started on this morning is weeding of our own. We've got field 88 is all ready for weeding. It's got a whole load of weeds in it. The hail that we had last time did damage some of our crops, not field 88, strangely. It did go and damage the crops in field 32, unfortunately. So yeah, our wheat has taken a little bit of a battering. As well grown as it is, you can see that we've got a couple of patches in the middle of the field over there. We'll have a look at those in a minute. But yeah, so we've lost a couple of patches of the wheat, which is annoying. And in fact, yeah, there we go. Better aerial view of it there. In fact, 4 patches in the wheat, which is not great. I'm not overly happy about that. However, our sorghum here is growing nicely. Now, I'm going to set us going with a hired worker on this job to get rid of these weeds. I don't think these are high enough to cause a problem for our weeder. I'm hoping not, but we'll see fairly quickly. Let that go down. Yeah, that's removing the weeds, so that is good news. And then I'm going to jump into the John Deere here, and we're going to start our third job for the day with this, which is that we need to get the grass cut. So we're looking fairly good as far as jobs go on here. The 2 tractors we've got are performing pretty well. Our mower is here and doing their jobs admirably, which is great. We are in spring, and this is our first cut of the year. So ideally, we want to turn this to hay, I think. And I'm going to do a bit of a bale rearrangement today as well. I want to take all of the bales out of the sheds near the house. And we're going to use that for storage of all of our seeds and our fertilizer and everything like that. And then the bale storage, we're going to have all the bales in the same shed just to get everything that little bit divided and segregated out. Weeder is, yeah, doing a fantastic job. Really, really happy with that. That little Valtra has been a great addition to the farm. I was really unsure about whether getting rid of the 3600 that was a good idea, but it seems to have worked out very, very well for us. That little bit of extra horsepower is a really nice addition. And I'm just kind of wondering if we can get a front weight on this tractor in future and get this to do this field a lot quicker. Not that it needs to. This is not a massive grass field now anymore, but it might be useful to be able to do that. Turn on our steering assist. There we go. And unfold. And yeah, we're going to do the second row first, as you would in real life, and then we'll come back and get the outer one done after we've done this first headland. We should get a good cut of hay today, which will be brilliant. Get some hay bales, get that all set up, and get our cow feed continuing to flow. We do have a patch actually of hail damage in this field as well, and I'm hoping that in itself is also going to get repaired when this grass regrows. If not, that might be a bit of a patch of field that we have to come and cultivate and reseed. I would prefer not to have to do that, but if that's what it requires, that's what it requires. So we'll keep a close eye on it. If it doesn't regrow for our second cut of the year, then yeah, we'll have to come in and get that cut and or cultivated and redone. The edge round here is really, really fiddly, but I'm getting it for the most part. Can't activate the GPS for a lot of the stuff under the bridge here because they're just such small parts that by the time you've activated it, it's already disengaged. Headlands all done, and that means we can get into cutting this. And the nice thing about this little grass field now is that we are able to get this done fairly quickly and get all this turned around today. We're able to basically not have an issue running around taking us 2 days to get all the grass work done like we did before when we had the whole of field 88 going. Now, before we continue on here, our tractor here is finished, so we will start it up, fold up the equipment, and now we want to send this over to the other contract. So let's create job. That wants to come off this corner here, I think. So send that there and start job. And yeah, that is making its way over to that field to get that job done. And we can get back to getting this grass cut. Hail damage is very obvious here now. The grass has been knocked back to sort of first stage growth. But it doesn't show as growth on the actual map. I think it basically shows as doesn't even show as harvested. We have a look on here. Yeah, it's all showing as grass. But if I look at the current status of it, it's just sort of well, it's a purpley gray because it's marking it as here we go, as growing. It is actually marked as growing. That's good. So that should, with any luck, regrow. These here absolutely won't. 4 big patches of hail damage on field 32. Nothing on 31 and 103, and nothing on 88, thankfully. But yeah, so that does look like it will regrow, and hopefully that will be the case, but we will keep a close eye on it. And that is the whole field done. Perfect. So we'll fold this up. We'll take this back up to the main field, the main farm, and we'll go and get the tedder. And we'll park up the mower here, and right next door to it is the tedder. And we can hook this up and get this on. What I do need to do is get the little tractor back. We've still got our methane-powered tractor sitting up at the shop. It's been sitting up there for a couple of months now. We haven't really had need for it or use for it yet. We are going to need to put a little cultivator on it, I think, or a little subsoiler, and probably go between the vines. I think that would be wise. Whether that will have any effect on this year's grape harvest, I don't know. We also need to find somewhere for us to have something to process our grapes, because at the moment we don't have any kind of grape processing at all, and we really want to start making some grape juice this year. We might be able to put our own little processing plant on the farm as well. So we'll have a look and see what space we've got for that. For now, though, we're back down to the field with our tedder. This really is not a very big tedder. And yeah, away we go. Oh, and on this, we want, again, steering assist on. Let's get to it and get some hay made. One thing I do need to do on this field is actually plant some grass on the border between the two fields here. We don't have anything or any massive... Well, we do have a dividing line, but it's currently not planted with any grass. It's just got a base grass texture on it. So I kind of want to get that sorted. We get a decent amount of hay off here. It's not going to be groundbreaking. It's probably not going to film even a single row of the trailer, I don't think, which is not the end of the world. I mean, that works fairly well for us. It'll make collecting things up quite easy, but we're not going to get anywhere near the number of bales that we got last time. But most of our hay bales are still sitting in the shed, so you know, it's not a problem this at all. We got a lot of hay and a lot of silage from our first cuts of the year, or from our cuts last year. We got 2 big cuts off this field, and next year and over this year, we just sort of topping that up. We're gonna get an extra. We're gonna fill the second silage clamp. Although actually, no. What I might do this year is just do hay off this field, and then next year we can fill the silage clamp, because I think we've got enough silage in the clamp to basically do 2 years worth feed, and that will allow us to build up our hay bales, and then third year we can just do silage all year, and we then have no problem with feeding the cows for the foreseeable future. We just keep topping everything up. Doing quite well. I've been doing alternate rows with the GPS simply because it makes things easier with the turning circle on this tractor. I have to do a lot less maneuvering as a result, and that means that I end up with a nice quick job getting this finished. Now, somebody said in one of the comments of my videos recently that there is a bale in the river, and I just want to have a look around and see if we can see a bale around here. But I haven't noticed a bale in the river, so it's not down here at all. Don't think it is down this way at all. Now there's our tractor. Is that rain? Oh, we've got rain. That's all right. We've dried the hay now. There is a bale in this river. I do not know where it is. I'm gonna have a quick look around and see if I can see it. Yeah, if I do, I'll let you know. If not, we'll be in the tractor. I've looked the whole way down this river and... Oh, no, there it is. There is a bale in the river. That is going to be absolutely sodden wet. Yeah, that is one of my bales. It's a hay bale, 400. Oh, we'll have to fish that out. That'd be sodden wet, but it'd be usable. That's still usable because, of course, bales don't get wet in here. Why is there so many weeds still on that field? Are those... Oh, wow. Those are all medium-sized weeds. We've got to get a hoe on this field. That is very annoying. We're going to have to run a second time. This is why I don't like the small weeder. Because we end up getting... Well, we end up having problems with weeds. We end up not being able to get rid of the bigger weeds. So I need to get a proper hoe and not just a weeder. And we're going to have to run over that field again. We'll have to see what we can do. I don't really want to spend all that money on a hoe, but it looks like I'm going to have to. Speaking of hoes, why has this not finished this field? So we are in the right place. And does it have any weeds? Apparently it's a field full of weeds. So, right, let's start this up again. And see if this will actually do the job on this field. No field detected. This is not good. Right, take the hide worker off. Let's try this again. We will drop the weeder off the back and reattach it, or the hoe off the back and reattach it. There we go. Right, is there field detected now? Yes. Okay, good. Then we'll set off the hide worker on here, and hopefully this time it will actually get rid of the weeds, because that's slightly concerning when it doesn't, because we can't do herbicide on here, and this should very much clear these weeds off. It's thinking about it, it's not doing it. I think we're going to have to do this job ourselves. Which is slightly annoying because that kind of defeats the object of all of this. But if the job needs doing and we need getting the money in, then it needs doing. Can't do my own weeds. Apparently can do these. Or can't do these, as the case may be. This is having zero effect. Wow. How bad are the weeds? Are there weeds in this field? Yes, there are. Why is it not doing anything to them? This is not a case of this being a hoe and not a weeder. This is just odd. We are on field 42. It is full of weeds, and the hoe is having zero effect. That is very, very annoying. I think we're going to have to cancel this contract on field 42 because the hoe is just completely ineffectual. So as a result, we will cancel the weeding in 42. Yeah, we will lose all payment. And then we can complete both of these. Thankfully, the more expensive contract completed. So we'll collect that. That is cancelled. Anything else that we can use on this? Yes, field 51 we can use this on. So let's go and do that. We will accept that contract. Okay. And then I'm going to set this over to field 51 to get the job done, which is up there. Send that to there. And this is a hoeing contract. So this will have no problem doing this job as the way it goes. This rain, thankfully, is not going to last very long. So I think we're going to be pretty good. Let's get our windrower hooked up. Oh, yeah, we've got the larger windrower here. I thought we had a single row windrower. We don't. It is a dual row one. So this will be a fairly quick job to get this all rowed up. Hook that on. And away we go. It looks like the Vulture has finished. So I want to have a look. How much is our weeder worth? Looking at that. No, it's not the Gweel. It's the Warbownikk. That is worth 4,360. And to purchase a hoe, that is going to be a darn sight more money, I think. 36,000. We have the money for it. Yeah, we have the money for it. It would need to be the Rotocare. The horsepower requirement is 160 horsepower, so we couldn't use that with the Vulture. I think I'm going to have to go away and find something else to use with the Vulture, because we only have 145 horsepower. So a smaller, I think a smaller one would work a lot better. I'm going to go and have a hunt and see what I can find. But it is very, very annoying that we can't get that field done. Do you know what? I wonder if just leasing it for this time would be a better choice. Doing assist, okay. Because, yeah, that is incredibly annoying. Headland row's done. Rowing up very nicely. This rain is still coming down, though. I think this is going to be... This might be some wet old hay that we have. But we're not going to sell it. We're going to use it for feed. So we'll be all right. And, yeah, this is rowing up nicely. There's a fair amount of hay here. There's slightly more than I was expecting, which is good news. I was worried we weren't going to have enough to top things up. And if we're doing hay all this year, as I was saying, then we should get a decent number of bales. The problem with doing all of one this year and not any of the other is that if we find ourselves next year without enough silage, we're going to be an entire... It's basically 2 years before we can refill the silage, whereas the hay fills as we're going. So we'll have to see what the result of this is, but it could be a little bit tight going into the next year. That is done. And there we go. Right, let's head back up to the farm, get this switched round. And I need to work out what I'm going to do about this hoe situation. I do kind of wonder if weeding immediately after I seed would actually prevent any weeds from growing. And really, I think I want to hold on to this piece of kit until I get to test that theory. I think that would be a really good test to see how that works. But today, I think to solve our immediate problem, my solution is going to be to drop this off. We'll go and bale with this tractor. So we'll put the normal tires on this tractor and go and bale with this tractor. And in the meantime, what we'll do is go and lease the hoe and just get this single field sorted with it today. So if we pop in here and just switch our wheels around. So our tires, we want to get just the standard wheels on. That should cost us nothing. So can I finance the tires? No, I can't. Okay. Yes, I want to do that for nothing. Perfect. This tractor isn't financed, is it? I don't know if this tractor is financed. That's the front weight. No, listen, we did buy this out, right? I'm beginning to get a little bit more comfortable with the financing. So get this all started up. Looks like the rain is stopping now as well. But yeah, we'll hook this up to the baler. But before I get going with this, I'm going to take the John Deere down to the shop and we're going to go and lease ourselves that hoe. Yeah, normally I thought you get the medium weeds on first growth if you did direct seeding. I've not had it before happen with cultivating. That is a little bit weird. Can I send you back to the farm? Let's get you moving, because that tractor's been sitting there for ages. Set destination. We'll just park you here. That'll do nicely. Yeah, target is unreachable. Set destination just outside there. Yeah, that's off. Perfect. We'll pick that up in a little bit, but that's been sitting down here at the shop too long. Right, so we want to lease the Potential Road Care. So we're going to lease this. This is going to cost us 1,836, but we will get most of that back because of the advanced leasing. And then, yeah, we can hook this up and we can send this off to do that job. I'd be interested to see exactly which route this takes. Lift that up. And then I want to send this, create job. And actually, that's exactly where I want it to go. So start job. And hopefully, yeah, that's going to head off as well and get to work. I'm intrigued to see if my own tractor and my own hired worker will go past me. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Where are you going? I think it tried to go past me and instead just wildly turned off the road. That is very, very odd. He's having a lot of trouble. I've no idea where that tractor is off to. So this New Holland methane tractor, this can just sit in this shed here in the workshop until we need it. There's space for it off at the side. Will it fit? Actually, it will fit just down here. Perfect. Park that here for now. We do need to do a little bit of work on it before we use it, but at the moment it's not needed. I need to go and find out what my other tractor is up to. But first, our contract tractor has finished again. So yeah, 2 hoeing contracts completed. Lots of mowing, lots of spraying, lots of stone picking. Big weeding contract. So we will accept that. Okay. Now I need to end the correct hoeing contract. And then the tractor that we are after is up here. Create job, field work, and it's heading off up to here. Wow, that is quite the distance. But it is doing it. Meanwhile, the 7810, that is doing circles up here. So I'm going to get this back to my farm. And yeah, it just turned up there and was doing circles. So now here, I should be able to just get this going. Bring this onto here. Won't destroy crop. We already know that. So away it goes. And this should get rid of the medium-sized weeds that for some reason are plaguing this field. And that just means that we can go and take our baler and get the hay baled ready to pick up. And down to the bottom here, turn it on, drop it down, and away we go. Let's see how many hay bales we get off this field. Looking at the weeds, yep, that hoe is being much more effective on there. So we need to catch this a little bit earlier, I think. Prevent those larger weeds from appearing and costing us about $1,000 to get rid of them. It's annoying that it's just that single field that we have to get rid of those on, but yeah, that's what we need to do to ensure that we're getting the best yield off there that we can. And that is going to be important for the sorghum, because the sorghum is going to net us more money than either of our other crops. In fact, that and the oats basically are our cash crops, with the wheat being what we want to use for the flour. So I think we can make oat and sorghum flour, so we might be able to get all of those through. We're doing a grand job here, though, of getting bales, and we're already up to 3 bales of this field. So I think we're going to have about a half a dozen by the end of this. Not as many as I thought. We are on the last or second to last row. We are only just coming up to 99%. Oh, wow. That actually is not as much as I thought we were going to end up with. We only got 3 bales off here. No, 4 bales off here, plus the one we've got to fish out the river. Even with that, we're not making half a dozen. That's quite a low number and not a huge amount off here. But that would be 12 bales with... In fact, nope, we're getting nearly half a bale. Yeah, nearly half a bale here. So that would be 12... 13 and a half bales that we'd get off here this year. That's not bad at all. That is just slightly more than I can pick up that we've got off here, than I can pick up with the telehandler in one go, which is annoying. It means we do actually have to bring the trailer the whole way down here to collect up all those bales. But that's something I can do very easily off camera. We'll get those back up to the farm and get them delivered. I would say that has been a pretty successful day otherwise. We're still hoeing the weeds on here. We'll be hoeing the weeds on the contract once that gets started, and that can be finished off next time. So yeah, we'll leave it on the farm today, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now, or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.